making this tutorial for you because, the others are 3 minutes or longer, and yeah, so these are a couple of my OCs that I've made, except for these 3. Made these, and yeah, there's a lot. So let's choose this one, for example, which is my friend's. And basically, this button right here that's right next to where I'm clicking, the magnifying glass that has a plus is to zoom in. You can zoom in as much as you want to here. And then the minus, magnifying glass with the minus, that it zooms out. And you can only zoom out as far as that. And basically the skin, this is the main skin color. And basically you can choose whatever you want as the skin color. And then the one that's below the skin color main is the outline, as you can see up there. You can choose anything like that, and then you can just choose whatever you want. And this page right here, all of these pages, there's 50 of them. So there's standing, walking, running, crouch, sit floor, sit chair, sleeping, jump fly, falling, combat, dance, instruments, deform, and then extra. And just like any other thing, you can click on them and it changes your character's pose. And basically the height is how high you can make it, and then the plus and minus below is how thin and thick you can make it. Or really skinny or really big. And then the head size, just like the height, you can move it up and down. And you make a huge head, small head, and then yeah. And then same with the plus and minus over here with the height. You can change the size of the head. And this character icon right here, it shows that it's 4 out of 14. So that will not be a problem. You can just change it to try and match a character. As my friend had it, it was 4 out of 14. And then head rotation, as you can probably tell, it rotates your head. Then you can probably go only to 6 before it turning to 7 and then turning to the back. And then you can have it until 17, and then it flips back to 18 and then down. Just like that. Rotation, as you can tell, it's kind of like the head rotation, but it rotates the entire character, as you can see. You can turn it backward, you can turn it forward, and then this flip button, 1 out of 2, half, you can just flip the character. It will usually just start out as this, where it's just like flip 1, but then once you press it, it turns your character to the other way. And then L hand, that means left hand, and you can change the shape of your character's left hand, if you can see that right there, it's changing. And then there's 22 different hand stuff that you can do. With right hand, it's just like the other, where you just click and it moves just like that. And then there's many other hand combinations for that as well. As you can tell, the shadow is right down here, and you can change the size, the length, and then stuff like that. And then 0 is basically just completely off. This button over here, shadow color, that changes the color of the shadow. It usually starts out as black. The stand button right here is your character to just stand instead of going all the way back to body and then having to change the pose and trying to find the correct pose again. And in presets, that is basically just all of the presets that they have that is already put into the game, random, it chooses random. If you click random, then it chooses this. Randomize character. All random, random head, random clothes, hair, upper clothes, face, lower clothes. All colors random. Random head accessory colors, body accessory colors, hair colors, upper clothes, face colors, and lower clothes. And then the quick color change basically changes the base color, subcolor, and outline. Just be careful when you're doing the subcolor because it will turn to the one that is outline, which is a glitch with Gacha Club at the moment. So whenever it shows gray or whatever color you put as the outline, that is the outline. And then whatever it shows for the outline is for the subcolor. So it's kind of hard to remember that, but it's very rarely that I use that unless I want to make a mannequin. And then these buttons right here, this one, this one, this one, and then the studio button. So basically this I button will just let you view the character just like that, and then you just click, and then it brings you back to the menu. This picture looking button is for you to change the background. These are all the backgrounds. It's 32 pages long, so there's a lot. And then you can move the background, as you can see that it's moving. And then you can move it back, and then you can move it up, down, and all around. And then the scale background is how long, how short, how tall, and how short as well. And then down here where it has this and then the minus and plus, tint all characters, tint all pets, tint all objects, toggle outlines, all characters, all pets, all objects. This color over here is for the tint. As you can see, it changes the tint of the characters, so of anything that you choose, like character, tint, pets, objects, and then this BG tint over here is to tint the background. Say you put it at bluish purple. You tint it, and it tints the background. And then once you go to all the way to 100, it's completely purple, or bluish purple, as you want to call it. And it will be that way until you click the plus or minus again to bring it back to its normal phase. You do not have to change the color to change the background back. You can choose the color to make a really cool example of shading, like if it's really black or like really dark in a room, you can have it like partly black like this. And then with the tint for the characters, you can put it at the same number, just like this, and then you can click tint all characters, just like that, and then it tints the character, as you can see. And then just go again, go around, and then just bring it back down, and then click tint all characters again when you put it at a different tint. Same with the background, but you don't have to click anything because it automatically does that for you. And then, as you can see, the character went back to being a different color, so let me fix that, but I can't remember what the color was, so I'm just taking a guess. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then as you can see, I just chose a random background, so this is the normal background you would usually choose. That is already set up for you, and then this button right here is for you to just click, and then it gives you all of the characters that you choose from. As it says, you can store 90 backup characters here, and switch/clone or copy clothes/colors with them. Down here, there's swap, copy all, copy clothes, copy colors, and then copy colors on. And you can turn that to off, scheme, and then on, and then off. I usually just keep it on because that's the normal way. And then when you swap, you can just change the color. You click on any character. Sorry, I have a lot of very strange characters. But you just click a character in your swap characters. And then in copy all, that will copy the entire outfit that was on the character. Like, if you go here and have this character, and then you click the same character with the copy all, it would copy that character onto this character, which would have 2 of them. And I don't want to do that now because I had to import the offline export code and then remake the character, and I don't want to do that at the moment, so I'm not going to show you. Sorry. And then the copy clothes will basically just copy the clothes of the character that you chose. Copy hair will just choose the hair. And then if you choose copy colors and it's on scheme, it will just copy that character's scheme. And then to not do that, you just click on or off, or just keep it on. And then as you can see, there's 1 out of 2. There's 2 pages. One is, I think, 50. Wait, no, one's 50. Sorry. It's kind of set up really weird, and I don't really know how many characters are on there, but I think there's about, I don't know. And then what you get here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 characters to choose from in the normal menu. And then when you want to change the character again, you just obviously click that button, and then you just click any character. So let's talk about the studio button real quick. The studio button will bring you to the studio. And yes, I was doing like a little mini movie, so when you click studio, it will bring you to the studio, which is down here, right below the place that I'm clicking. If you kind of get used to it, because there's a bunch. And then free gems, it's just an ad. And then, so you just zoom in again. And then, so we've talked about the body, right? And then the presets. And then you go to head. So what will be in the head is the hair, the eyes, the face, preset faces, and then the adjustments. So if we go to hair, here's a little tip for it. You can just click on the thing that you want, and then you can just scroll through the pages just like this, and then you choose any hair that you want, and you can just choose a different hair if you want. It's not stuck on permanently. And if you don't want a hair at all, just click this remove button up here, and it removes the hair and makes you bald, if you would even want that. And then back hair, same with this. You just click around, grab, and then remove, and then boop. And then the front hair, same thing. There's a lot of different combinations. And yeah. And same with the remove. The ahoj, I'm not really sure how to say that, but that is basically a little thing at the top of your hair that kind of just sticks out. And there's a little flower, a little heart, a little twist. There's a lot of different combinations. Here's ponytail. There's a lot of different stuff for this. And usually some characters don't have them, so no one really adds them. And for all the base colors, you just choose any color you want. As you see, it was already blue. No, sorry, black. And yeah. And then same with the fade, you can choose any color. Outline, choose color. Highlight, choose any color. That's basically just the highlight that's here. It will show up on the front hair only, which is a bit of a downside, but still. And then the accessory color goes with the hair. So if you can see, there's a little bow up here, right there. And then you just click the accessory color, and then you see the bow changes color. And then since this character didn't have a bow in the first place, I must remove it. And then go to the eyes. So the eyes have a lot of different combinations, as you can see. And then you can just click on any of them, choose a different eye, and then same with the color. Main will go for the main pupil. The sub will go for the eyelash, and then the outline will go for around the pupil. And then for, well, not really sure what to call that, but I would just call it a pupil. And then you can add actual little tiny pupils, which is an example of this. As you can see, there is a little X in her eyes. You can choose any and it will change the pupil. And then just go back and then click the same hair. Let's find it. Just like that. And then red as in the main color. And some pupils will not have an outline, so you do not have to worry about the outline on those type of eyes. The outline will go around the pupil, of course. And then let's move on to the eyebrows now. As you can see, the eyebrows are kind of faintly in there, but they're still there. And basically, the eyebrows, you can just click and then click around. And then they will change with the thing that the eyebrow that you had chosen. And of course, just like any other color, just click, choose any color. The main will go for the main, and then the outline will go around it. Let's go to face. And then with the right eye, right pupil, and right eyebrow, you can change. You can change which ones. As you can see, right eye, you can change it to like a different eye, like a hurt eye or a very scared eye, or just like a different eye. And then same with the pupil, you can change it for different types of eyes, eyebrow, same with that. And then you can't do that with hair, but you can sort of do that. As you can see, look at this. As you can see, part of the hair has changed color. That is from the color being chosen for the highlight, and then the highlight being 5. If you go to 5, it takes half of the hair and turns it to the highlight color. You do not have to have a highlight color or a highlight if you don't want it. Just go to 0. Chin will basically change the chin. As you can see, most people just keep it at the normal chin, but most people sometimes change the chin. Well, some people change the chin. Eye highlight, that is basically, as you can see, there's a little white speck in the eye right there, which is right on top of the place that I'm clicking. That will get rid of it and take it back. Basically, for people who cannot feel happiness or depression or something like that. I've seen many people use that, and whenever they're like happy and not depressed, they usually have a highlight. And if they are, then they don't, because it looks more emo for some reason. And this is already getting long, but it's something for you, because you don't really understand Gacha Club at the moment. Eye view, as you can tell, probably, basically the eyes are viewing forward in the 2D version. And then if you click it, it kind of looks at you, but also looks behind themselves. So that can work in people seeing behind themselves and stuff like that. And then the nose, you can choose a nose just like this. And this nose right here, you can faintly see it right there. This nose is mostly used for animal noses, and sometimes this will be used as blush. Same with this one. And then the mouth, it has a bunch of pages of mouths. And then as the color goes, you just click, pick, click, pick, click, pick. And there's also a face shadow, which will help with many shadows. As you can see, if you keep clicking, it gets darker and darker on the face. 10 completely covers the face. 9 covers most of the face. 8 covers most, just like 9, but is very faint. And as you can tell, all the others are faintly there, but you can barely see them sometimes. Blush, as you can tell, you can't really click on it to see all the blush, which would really be cool, but they didn't add that. And you can go through by just clicking. As you can see a little preview of the blush right there. And if you choose one, you can choose the blush position. If you go right for me, but left for the phone facing the way that you're facing, it will go up. If you go the opposite way, it will go down. And then 15 is basically the highest. And you can't really get the blush off the face unless sometimes it goes off the face a little bit. But that's just a little glitch. The position will not have a 0 because there is no such thing as having a position of 0. And then blush 10 is basically like really, really blushing. And then 0, nothing. Presets, basically choose the eyes. And you'll get the option for the presets in the studio for quick and easy changing of the eyes. Over here, you can adjust like the front hair. As you can see, it's moved. And then the ahog, as you can see up there, you can see it, and then it goes up, and then it goes down, just like that. Back hair, you can't really see, but as it goes down, you can see it. And then the eyes, you can adjust that to your liking. Same with the pupils in the eyes. Eyebrows, you can move those down, move up, left and right. And then the mouth as well. Just like this, just like this, just like this, this. And then this little button right here, reset, that will reset the whatever you're adjusting. And sometimes it takes quite a few clicks to reset it. As you can see, I'm clicking quite a lot and it's not resetting at the moment, but it takes a minute. And the scale is basically, so X will go length, and then Y will basically go height. And then 20 is like the highest, 11 is the highest, and then it goes to 12, which is the smallest. And it's very useful for when you want to adjust the mouth to a certain height and length. Rotation, as you can probably tell, it rotates it. And you can just hold on to the rotation and it still rotates. And a lot of people usually like to do this. And that's still with me as well. So, yes. And then the adjustment goes for everything else. Except for clothes, because of course, there's hats, glasses, face accessory top, cape, accessory top, accessory middle, face accessory middle, tail accessory middle, accessory bottom, face accessory bottom, and then wings. So, hats are basically this, because as you can see, it's an astronaut helmet. Now it's a bubble. Helmet, 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 hood, hood, hood. And there's a bunch of different stuff here, as you can see. This one looks really cool, but it doesn't fit the scheme of the character at the moment because it's an Among Us type. So, and then accessory top will basically go on top of everything, even the hat. And basically you can use this as like stuff that covers the eyes maybe, or something like that. And then glasses you can use to add stuff, and it will go underneath the front hair because it looks cool, and that's usually how glasses work. And for this character, it had no glasses, so I might as well get rid of it. Accessory middle basically goes underneath the front hair. Accessory middle here goes on top. So the one that's below goes under, and the one that's to the right will go on top. Bottom will go underneath the entire head. As you can see, it's right under the entire head. It's not showing up anywhere on the character until you go behind the head. And then a lot of people get creative and create a lot of things, like with wings. As you can see, these are wings. You can move them up and down, left and right, and rotate them. As you can see, rotation goes for both sides, and scale goes for both sides. It's usually how they are. And the accessories. So as you can see, it shows a glasses icon, but there are no glasses option because that was already in hats. But it sort of makes sense. So face accessory top basically goes on top of the eyes, the mouth, and any other accessories on your face. As you can see, this does not go on top of the front hair, and that is understandable because what would be on top of the front hair? I don't know, unless it was a hat. Face accessory middle is basically the same thing as the top, but it goes on top of the mouth but goes under the eyes. And then bottom, it goes underneath the mouth and eyes and any other accessories that you had on. Scarf top basically puts anything on top of the bottom, and then the bottom basically goes underneath anything that is on the top. Shirt logo will just go on the logo, hence the name shirt logo. And you can add a bunch of different styles for it. There's a lot of different variations. Upper is basically just like the shirt, sleeves, belt, jacket, and then more skirts. So shirt, there are a ton of different clothes. And same with the sleeves. You can mix and match sleeves, of course, as you can see. And then the belt, you can choose one, and then something could go underneath that, like this. It doesn't look that good right now because oh, look at this one. As you can see, that goes underneath the big one that is on top because this one is on top instead of this one being on top. This one is on the bottom. And same goes with the belt. As you can see, it goes underneath the belt. Anything goes underneath the belt or skirt that is on the belt/skirt top. And then jacket will go on top of the shirt and pants, but it will not go on top of the arms because the arms, if a jacket was in front of the arms, it would look very strange. And as you can see, colors. And then pants, there are a ton of different variations as well. Same with the socks. And then, as you can see, you can mix and match with them. Mix and match with the socks. And then mix and match with the shoes. And that will not go with this one except for the wings and the gloves. So if you go into cape, as you can see, it looks red at the moment because that was the original color. Basically, something goes on the back and it goes behind everything on the character. And basically, it's used for a cape, some other accessories, and some stars or some leaf clovers. Wings also go behind the body as well as the cape. Tail will go behind everything as well, and it is basically near the waist, but kind of underneath the legs. Gloves will go on the hands only, and right glove you can change, of course. Color you can change, and then shoulder, that basically goes on your shoulder, as hence the name shoulder accessory. And then wrist, that will go on your wrist. As you can see, it has a little wrap around the hand right there. And then you can change on the other side just like this to have a bunch of variations. The knee, hence the name, it will go on the knee. There's only one page at the moment. Same with the gloves, as I forgot to mention. And shoulder accessories have 2 pages, 2 pages, 1. And you can adjust these, then like adjust, then adjust, just like that. And then in the other, as you can see, there's a prop symbol, which is a sword. Prop 1 will go in always in the left hand, or the always on top hand, and then, which is basically the left, and then the right will always go on the bottom arm. Shield will go in front of the entire body, and sometimes in some poses it will go behind the entire body. But basically these shields will just stay in front of the character until moved or taken off. Effects, wait, before we go on to effects, these right here, as you can see, there's a prop. This L prop, it will go up, it will go down. These are sort of glitched at the moment, so if it goes left or right, it will go down or up. And if it goes up and down, the up will go right, and then the down will go left. Rotation will go the correct ways. And then the size, hence the name, it is the size of the prop. And then same with the right prop, same with the shield. Let's go on to the effects. So behind effect, that's basically the effects. And then the front effect, it will go in front of the entire character. This makes cool for like a fire or a little glitch screen like this. And then little elements, circles, and then, pentagon. And then like a game over, to try again. And yeah. And when you have a effect on, you can tint that effect with whatever color it is. As you can see, it's using black at the moment, so it will turn black. And then once it's at 100, you can just click again and it goes back to its original color. Same goes with the front accessory, and then the X will go right and left. And then the Y will go up and down. And the X scale will basically be the length. And then this will be the height. I could be wrong. This could be the width. I do not know. I'm bad at stuff like this. And then rotation, it obviously rotates it. The effect tint color, that basically just changes the tint color. And so as you can see, this character tint right here, you can change the tint of your character. As you can see, I had it on this color because I had accidentally gotten rid of the color that was on the tint of the character. And animations, blank will basically just like make your eyes blink. Wings will make your wings move. Front hair will make your front hair move like in the wind. Cape, it will make your cape move. Back hair, it will make your back hair move in the wind. Tail, it will move your tail in the wind, or it is just shaking. Sorry for my voice being a little cracky, because my voice gets that way sometimes when explaining stuff. Display head, that turns off the head. Display face, that turns off the face. Display hair, that takes off the hair. Same with the body. Body will take away the wings and stuff like that, because the wings were attached to the body instead of being attached to the head. It is just in the design that my friend had done. Display shoulder, that will basically take off half of the arm, just like that, and it makes a really cool Among Us effect. And then hand, it takes away the hand. Same with the back hand. Thigh, it will take away your thigh, making way for a cool ghost effect around the waist. Just like this. And you can turn that back on. Thigh, foot, and then the outlines. It looks really weird on some characters, but how can you blame it? And then face layer, order, front hair, rear eyes, eyes. Basically, that the front hair is in front, the rear hair is in the back, and the eyes are in the back. If you change that and you do front hair, eyes, rear hair, that means the eyes will go in front of the rear hair, which is the middle part. And if you do this one, eyes, front hair, rear hair, it takes the eyes and puts them in front of the front hair, and then the rear hair on the bottom, and then just click it again to have it go back to its normal. And then body map number 1, it will show you a map of the body, just like that. And then body map 2, it will show you of some of the accessories. Head map, it will show you the types of head. And then body map will also show props and stuff like that. Chat is basically like a name font. If you can, as you can see, it's changing right there. That is right next to, as you can see. And chat font, you can see that it's changing there. And then bubble type, that's basically how the bubbles are. This is the normal speaking, this is in the mind, and this is like yelling. Name color, you can change the color of the name just like that. As you can see, it has changed color. And then chat color, you can change the chat color down to purple. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it now. Look at that. And then change it back if you want. Bubble color, you can all reach these up here. You can click on them and then go to them straight away. Bubble color is basically the color of the bubble, as you can see. And then the outline bubble color, it will go outside of the white. And it's usually black. Only one font will work with non-English letters. That is probably with the normal font. Chat style, that is basically just like how you want, like no name. It's really high above the character. No name, but still high above the character. Right on top of the character with no name. Small, but above the character. No name. Small as the normal name. And then no name. And then just down as small. And then really big as top with no name. And then normal, really big. Name, no name, and then down with no name. And then that is it. The emote will basically go through all of the emotes. Exclamation mark saying that they were really surprised about something. A question mark saying they were confused about something. A question mark and exclamation mark will show that they were like very confused, but also like really surprised. And then this one shows anger. Little music note saying that they are whistling or listening to music. Hearts as they are very in love. One heart as they were in love. And then stars as they are very proud of themselves, of doing something. This is basically just like talking or yelling or laughing. It's a little teardrop or something like that. It shows that they were kind of guilty about something. This is very guilty about something, and that is all the emotes. Well, yeah, emotes. And then you can choose a pet, and the star will basically star the pet to show it on your character. You can only choose one pet for one character at a time, and when one pet is one color, you have to choose another pet and make it that color that you want, because it will not work if you choose the same pet and change the color on one character and then try and have it on the same character. It will not work. I have done it before. Customize 20 pets and use them in studio mode. Tap pet icon to start customizing. Tap star to connect a pet to the character. Tap copy to clone a pet to another spot. As you can see, if you copy, you click one pet and then you click another to copy that pet that you clicked first to the pet that you clicked secondly. And then you go to it, and then you can just click the little pet icon and you can see all the pets. Colors. As you can see, you can go up to here. Pet tint. It tints the pet, and then you can move the pet up and down. Then be really wide, skinny, really tall, really short, however you want it. You can change the pet name, like Hi. You can change it to Hi. You can edit the chat bubble by you just click on it, and then you can choose the name font, the chat font. It has a glitch where it stays as the number 1, so it's kind of hard to find the first one. And then bubble type, there is a very big glitch about having the number 1 in this. It's not completely set up. I feel like this game is still in beta. And as you can see, you can change it just like that. Name color, just like that. And so on and so on. And then pet outline, you can change that off. You can rotate your pet, and you can change your pet's shadow as well. And you can choose your pet's position. Front, which is basically in front of the character. Behind, basically behind the character. And that is it. If you go to objects, there are a lot of objects right now, which is from a little movie that I was doing. And basically this is objects that you can have in the studio. Just click on it. It's like the pet. You can just click on it and then choose the icon that you want. And then here's a very big preview of it. You can go up. You can have the object shadow, which is very strange when it's a very big object. And then you can move it down, and so on and so forth. You can change the object's tint, which is very small, and then change the colors, obviously. And then you can go to profile and change the character's name, just like this. OC, you can change it. Hi, you can change it back. Birthday, just type in numbers, and you can type in letters as well. It will not always go over there. Like, you can say that this character was 12. You can do that. but you cannot do like a ton of numbers. As you can see, it only goes to this amount of numbers in a certain slot. This is all it shows. 67767. Because those are the two numbers that I chose. This character did not have an age or a birthday, so it is just an OC. Character profile, it originally said no, but I decided to change that, so yes. Character profile is a little bit strange with certain OCs. You can click on it and then add like a very long one, just like this. And sometimes it only goes to just a little bit like this. And then you can put what they do in there, and then who's it created by. The title is basically just any title. Once you click one, it takes you back to the menu instead of just choosing it, and then you can go back. You cannot choose a one that is not one. You can just choose gacha. No, you can just choose Club Gacha if you don't want to choose one. Favorite character, you can go to the phantom looking one at the way bottom. And then there should be a empty slot right here. If not, I'm not sure, and then you can go to favorite club, which it shows you a preview of the image up close. And here's a rainbow, a potato. Basically, these are all the clubs, and this one I think was in Phantom, just like that. Additional in details, favorite color, it's basically their favorite color. Food, their favorite food or drink. Location, basically where they live or something like that, just for the game. Personality is basically how they act and how they are around other people. Occupation is basically their work. And then import is basically something that you can do by basically importing is something that, and the offline import, you basically import a very, very long code for all the colors and then all of the numbers of the accessories. And then export is you basically copying all of this right here that is right next to this. You can just copy all of that, and then you can modify it. You can copy it, and then you just paste it in here, and then when you get that, if it works, you can just go and I forget what I was trying to say. If the character works, it will say the character has been completed or something like that, and it will bring up the character that it was on, and then it will change that character to the character that you had put on. And then I think that is about it for now. If you have any other questions, I can make another separate video for that, but this one is already getting long enough. So